Hey guys, welcome to our Bachelor Canada episode 3 recap. I'm really sorry that I missed a video last week, but I was really sick and I've been really busy as well. So I'm excited to get back into it. So how about we jump right on into this episode? So to start off week 3, we have Chris taking 4 of the girls on a 4-on-1. He takes Megan, Stacy, Katie, and Michaela out ziplining, which, sounds like a lot of fun. I love ziplining. It is wonderful. But poor Megan, bless her heart, she is so afraid. Michaela jumps right in there and volunteers to be the first one to go down, and Chris rewards her with going down at the same time as her. And poor Megan gets left up at the top alone, and she's so afraid and she's crying, and for some reason she's the only one they've strapped a GoPro to, so you get a camera angle right up in her face and the poor girl is just bawling her entire way down. But props to her for manning up and doing it, and she didn't even use the I'm scared card to get more attention from Chris. So I thought that was pretty classy of her, to jump in and do something she was afraid of without any complaint, and how a lot of girls would be like, oh Chris, I'm scared, come hold me, blah blah blah. She did not. So it would have been a good play for her to get more attention, considering how the rest of the date went, but good on you, girl. So for the rest of the date, we see them doing a couple more lines and then sitting down and talking as usual. He has really great conversations with the girls. Him and Katie talk for a really long time. They seem to have a really good connection. Michaela opens up about her past of being bullied and pours her heart out to him. But yeah, and then Stacy, she gets her first kiss from Chris on the group date. So I think we're up to 4 total kisses so far. And then poor Megan, again, she tries to start up some kind of deep and meaningful conversation, but she just can't seem to get a hang of it, and she can't seem to, dig deep and get into it with Chris, which, it's hard. It can be hard to have really deep, meaningful conversations with the guy you just met. Lord knows, I try and start it with guys on Tinder, and they're just guys are useless, so. So Michaela gets the group date rose, which is not surprising after what a strong connection they've already had the past couple weeks, and then her just pouring her heart out to him. Back at the house, we see a little bit of tension stirring between the girls and Britaany M. It looks like she's been cooking up a storm, making them protein bars and margaritas and just food out the wazoo, which sounds like a really nice thing. I would love it if someone just cooked for me all the time. Actually, I do. Thanks, Dad. But the girls have actually come up with a theory that Britaany is pulling a Katie Heron on them and trying to fatten them up. They think she's adding a shit ton of sugar to the food, so everyone else will eat it. Also, she's not eating her own food that she makes, but they think she's trying to fatten them all up so she looks the best on the group dates, which I can see how they got there, and with how sneaky we saw Britaany being last episode, I could almost believe it. But I don't want to because she's a fellow Calgary girl. So, it's a juvenile thing, but who knows if she's doing it or not. If she is though, is it really that big of a deal? You're not gonna put on 20 pounds in just a week or two, so it doesn't really matter if she is sugaring the food. I don't know. So our second group date is a bull riding date featuring the rest of the girls except for Kate. She's going to get our one-on-one this week. But yeah, most of the girls are all decked out in, you know, the Canadian tuxedo. They're all wearing Canadian tuxedos and like shorts. They're wearing shorts and denim tops. And they have to ride a mechanical bull, which I can tell you from experience is pretty difficult. The girls actually do pretty well. And Chris decides to make it a little more interesting and having the girls with the 4 best times have their own mini 4-on-1. So the girls with the 4 best times end up being Britaany M, Britaany W, Lindsay, and D. And you know, the rest of the group date was pretty uneventful. Lindsay scores another kiss. Britaany M scores a huge makeout session, and we see her, you know, inserting herself into the relationship more, I guess. You know, trying to build more of a connection with him, and he's obviously into it. He says they have a lot of passion, and I think he has a thing for Britaany M. And I mean, aside from her possibly being like a little bit of a sneaky bitch, I like her. But yeah, D, I don't remember her conversation with him. I don't remember Britaany W's. Yeah, Lindsay is still my front runner. I'm so excited. I really hope, excuse you. I really hope that Lindsay is our final rose. Fingers crossed. So on the one-on-one, Chris takes Kate out surfing, which she's never done before. She does pretty good. She stands up, blah, blah, blah. They have their talk, and now it's her turn to bring out her tragic backstory. And I'm sorry, I might just not be sensitive about this, but her tragic backstory is that she had a boyfriend who ghosted her. Oh my goodness, how traumatic. Like, I'm sorry, Kate. I'm sure you're hurt. I'm sure it was awful, but really, like, you were ghosted? And like she says, like, oh, it's really changed my life, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't like her. I might just be finding reasons not to like her, but I don't know. It just seemed a little immature to me. Like, I was ghosted. He broke my heart, blah, blah, blah. So at the cocktail party, you think everything's gonna be all good. No more drama for the rest of the night. Britaany M, Michaela, and Kate all have roses going into the ceremony, so they are fine. One of the points of contention with this episode is that Michaela already had a rose, and then she continued to steal Chris away for another conversation. Which, like, some people are saying, oh, there's no problem with that. Like, it's a game, you've got to be cutthroat. But personally, I think that was a bitch move of her. She's already guaranteed her time and that she'll be there the next week. I think she could have, you know, left time for the rest of the girls. And, you know, Dee was upset about it, as was I. Like, I don't think that's cool. If you have a rose and you are clearly safe, like, let other people have their time. I understand you don't want other people hanging out with your man and that you want to have more time with them, but like, I mean, if you're already ahead, why kick them while they're down? Because, I mean, they have a really strong connection, even without the rose. She would probably be safe. So, I don't know. I thought it was inappropriate. But tonight we had April and Britaany W leaving. April, I really had no clue who she was. It was like, her and Britaany W are just two of those people you just kind of forget about, and it's either because, you know, they edit it that way because they're going home anyway, so they're, why spend a lot of time showing these people, or if they're just that forgettable. So we say goodbye to them, and next week it looks like we are still in Costa Rica, and it looks like Britaany's up to more shenanigans. It looks like they're setting her up to be the villain, but I could also see Jessie or Michaela kind of becoming their own little villains as well, because Jessie seems to have it out for Britaany, and also Jessie spent like the whole group date being like, I'm so badass and I can't wait to show him how badass I am, and you know, then she did not rank in the top 4. So I thought that was a little bit of karma. So I think Jessie could be, you know, not a villain, but she's gonna cause tension. And Michaela for the whole Rose stunt. And I just want her gone. I don't know why. She seems like a nice girl. I just can't fucking stand her. So yeah, those are my thoughts for this week, you guys. I'm sorry it took so long to get back, but I'm happy to be back. I hope you enjoyed the recap. I hope you're enjoying the season so far. Let me know in the comments who your top 4 or 5 are, and what you thought of this episode and all of the drama going on. So let's start a really fun conversation. Let me know what you think of the girls. Who's your favorite? Do you like Chris? Is he as adorable to everyone else as he is to me? Because like the more I watch him, the more I'm like, hell yeah, I want to marry you. Thanks for sticking around, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a big thumbs up, leave a comment, and please subscribe if you want to see more, if you want to follow this series. Also hit the little bell so you'll get notifications whenever I post. And follow my social media. I have my Twitter and Instagram down below. You can follow those if you want to follow my personal life a little bit more. And yeah, thanks for sticking around, guys. I'll see you later.